ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. O God, Thou art great, almighty, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. Thou art giver of eternal bliss, peace, happiness. Thou art destroyer of sin and suffering. Thou art divine, great and radiant. You just enlighten our intellect and make us move forward on the righteous path. This is the meaning of the great mantra, Gayatri mantra. Friends, you all are welcome to a Spiritual Path YouTube channel. How to attain happiness, how to attain bliss. This is the topic to be discussed here. It is true that everyone wants happiness in life. He shuns pain. He moves heaven and earth to get the happiness he wants from sensual objects. And he gets involved in so many activities to attain happiness. But what is this? He does not know that these objects are perishable and finite and conditioned in time, space and causation. And what is more, he fails to get the desired happiness from them. There is not an iota of happiness in objects because they are insentient. Even the sensual pleasure is a reflection of Atmic bliss only. Just as a dog that sucks a dry bone in the street imagines foolishly that blood is oozing out of the dry bone, whereas blood is really oozing from its own palate. So also, worldly minded people foolishly imagine that the happiness they enjoy in everyday life comes from objects only. But the truth is that you can find eternal, infinite, supreme peace and bliss only in your Atma, in your soul, in your spirit, which shines in all its splendor and glory in the chambers of your heart. It is an embodiment of bliss. There is mental uneasiness, dissatisfaction, discontentment, and restlessness even in multimillionaires and kings. Some kind of sorrow, misery, or pain is invariably present even when they are in the height of enjoyment of worldly pleasures. Can you show a man who is perfectly happy? Absolutely no. Mind is so constituted that the rhythm of pleasure and pain is kept up like the rhythm of systole and diastole of the heart. You entertain the fear that the happiness will pass away soon when you are in happy surroundings. This adds pain. When you are in the enjoyment of sensual pleasures, even if you remove the pain by some means or other, it again manifests in some form or other, such as loss of property, disease, death, hostility, and disappointment, which you often observe. You will now ask me the pertinent question: why should I realize the Atma, the soul, the spirit? I say because self-realization gives you freedom from the worldly wheel of births and deaths with its commitment, with its concomitant evils. Hear the emphatic declaration of the Upanishad. Chandogya Upanishad states, this Atma self, which is free from sin, undecaying, undying, free from sorrow, hunger and thirst, with true desires and true resolves, that is what is to be sought after and which one must wish to understand. One who has sought after his self and understand it obtains all worlds and all desires. So here again the forcible utterances of the same Chandogya Upanishad is that the infinite and the great is bliss. There is no bliss in what is small. The infinite alone is bliss. But one should wish to understand the infinite, the God. So this is clear that the sensual pleasure is mixed with pain. The pleasure is often followed by pain. But this is not the case with bliss, which you attain through your soul, through God. Pleasure that is mixed with pain, fear and worry is no pleasure at all. If you certainly begin to analyze this, you will find that it is a mere play of the mind. Then Upanishad says, "O man, wake up, open your eyes, develop discrimination. You can't get the real happiness from finite objects, from sensual objects. Infinite alone can give you eternal peace and bliss. Therefore, shun all external things ruthlessly and run to the feet of the Lord, the Supreme Almighty God. Develop vairag, non-attachment to the sensual objects. Non-attachment is the rock bottom foundation for the spiritual path and a spiritual peace and bliss. Then, why do men run after the sensual pleasures? What is their concept of happiness? The only solution to get a spiritual bliss is to bow down to the Lord. In the presence of sensual pleasure, a spiritual bliss can't exist, just as darkness can't exist in the presence of light. Therefore, so extreme contempt for bodily objects, destroy all desires, turn the mind away from the sensual objects and turn your mind to the Lord. You will develop non-attachment. You will attain real peace and bliss. Thanks. Friends, subscribe the channel, share it to the maximum.